It's starting to feel like summer outside, but the summer crowds aren't here yet, which means it's May. In today's video, we're going to tell you everything you need to know if you're headed to the Universal Orlando Resort this month. The biggest news since our last monthly video is that Halloween Horror Nights tickets have officially gone on sale. So this is single night tickets, RIP tours, and Unmasking the Horror tours. You can purchase all of these on Universal's website. Multi-night tickets are not available yet, but in years past, those have come on sale at a later date. So if you think that there's a multi-night ticket that might work for you, what you can do is go ahead and purchase your single night tickets, and then when and if those multi-night tickets come out, you can call an upgrade. It's a great way to save some money, so go ahead and purchase those tickets because they can sell out on really busy nights.
Along with the ticket announcement, they also released some merchandise, the first merch drop of the year. It's like a 90s grunge style. While I like the style that they went with, it's not my favorite shirt that they've ever done. But the good news is they did do something that's not black. They released an orange shirt. They also released a black one because I think it had some pushback. But yeah, we're getting some different colored HHN shirts. Celebration time. You can pick these up at the Five and Dime here on Hollywood Boulevard or over in Islands of Adventure at the Boutique.
So this segment was originally going to be about the announcement that Universal teased. They put out this video that was like an old retro TV, and it pulled up the Universal logo, and then in the corner there was a date that said April 29th. And so we have all been under the assumption that some kind of big announcement is coming on April 29th. And then today, what they did is they went and teased the tease. So they released another video, and this time it's somebody speaking to Bruce the Shark, talking about all the stuff that's coming in summer of 2024, and they mentioned a new land, a new parade, and new shows. We wanted to wait until the 29th to record this video, but we're going out of town. We're going to Universal Hollywood to take a trip out there, so we had to record this beforehand so we could go ahead and release it, and you get all your information for May of this year. But we are so excited about this news. Of course, the land, like, it kind of makes sense that it's probably going to be DreamWorks because I don't really know what other land it could be, but we have no idea about the parade and the shows, and we can't wait. When they talked about like the old retro vibes, that made us think of like 2019 when they had kind of a retro feel in the parks. We look back on that year so fondly, and we just have our fingers crossed that like the vibes are kind of the same. So when that announcement happens on the 29th, we're going to be sending out an email with all of the information that you guys need to know. So if you haven't signed up for our email list yet, you can do that. There's a link in the description below so you guys stay up to date with all the Universal news.
Obviously, we have no details because it's not the 29th. And while some of you are watching this, you'll probably be like, oh, we know everything. We don't right now, and that hurts. I've been so giddy since they've teased that, and like I just haven't slept as good. I just want some retro new stuff in the park. That's a weird thing to say. But one of the things, like Anna said, was shows. And they've been working on the Lagoon for a while, and I just pray that it's a Lagoon show. I love the Lagoon show so much, and I need that in my life. A Lagoon show is part of me. And it could be the Marathon of Mayhem from 2019's HHN. They could just do that again. Like, I would come to it every single night. I'll take what I can get, but there's an idea for you.
Now we need to talk about events in May. So May is an interesting month because there aren't any seasonal events that are happening right now. So we just finished Mardi Gras last month. Before that, there was Christmas, and before that, there was HHN. It's literally been since July of last year since there hasn't been something seasonal, or at least decorations for a seasonal event up in the park. So it's kind of cool to be able to come here and just kind of see the parks how they're intended to be. But there are some after hours events that you need to be aware of, because they are going to affect your experience if you're here on these days. So last month we talked about something called Grad Bash, which is a really cool after hours event that Universal has for graduating seniors in the Central Florida area. This month we have something called Grad Venture, which is the middle school version of that exact same thing. So Grad Venture is happening on May 3rd, 10th, and 17th. Those are all Friday nights. And on those days, both Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure will be closing at 6 p.m. So the parks close early. And on top of that, there's also going to be more crowds than there typically would be on that day, because the daytime guests are going to be here. And then also all of those middle school kids that have been like bussed in for the event that night will be here during the day as well. So if you're going to be here on those days, something to keep in mind. Something else that isn't really relevant right now, but could be nice information to have for the future. When I was doing research for this video, I actually found a page on Universal's website where they had Gradventure and Grad Bash dates for 2025 listed. We always get comments when we talk about these events of people that wish they knew when they were ahead of time because they would have like scheduled their trip around these events because the parks do close early. And so if that's something that you're wanting to do for next year, you can find those on Universal's website.
Because we were talking about Grad Bash and Gradventure and the crowds that those may bring, it seems like a good time to talk about crowds. In May, the first few weeks, not bad at all. The crowds are pretty low, but Memorial Day weekend, that is like the start of the summer crowds. Like that is when the pandemonium kind of starts. It's not really pandemonium, it's just typical summer crowds. So if you're coming like the first few weeks of May, you're all good. There shouldn't be many people here. But starting that last week, good luck. Not quite July crowds, but you start getting there.
As far as park hours go, they're pretty standard this month, except for those Gradventure days. So that is the 3rd, 10th, and 17th. On all 3 of those days, both Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure close at 6 p.m. There is another day, which is the 11th. So that's a Saturday. It's right after one of the Gradventure days. It's not on the website, but both parks are supposed to close at 6 that night. So it makes me wonder if they did kind of like miss that one on the website. Something to be aware of if you are going to be here that weekend. And then there are a handful of other days where one of the parks closes at 6, but the other one is open until that typical 7 to 9. Also, Memorial Day weekend, that Saturday, both parks are open until 10 at night, so you get kind of an extra hour there. As far as Volcano Bay goes, it is the typical 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. until the 22nd, and then from the 22nd on, it's open until 7 at night.
So in these videos, a couple months ago, we decided we were going to start telling you guys like a food item to get while you're at the parks. And the plan all along was for us to actually like get that food item, try it on video, and then tell you about it. But plans change. When you have one of the greatest things you've ever had in your life, plans change. It was that good.
So a couple days ago, we were at Volcano Bay and we got the pork belly Bianco pizza, not new to us, and it blew our minds. Like it was so good. Neither of us have stopped talking about it or thinking about it since. Like just talking about it right now, my tummy's rumbling. Like if we were there, I would be eating 3 of them. They are delicious and you need to get yourself one. As far as early park admission goes, for the 2 theme parks, it is at Islands of Adventure for the entire month of May, and it starts an hour before the park opens to daytime guests. So for most of the month, that's going to be at 8, but on those Gradventure days, it is going to be at 7 in the morning. For Volcano Bay, early park admission is 30 minutes before park open all month long. And now it is time for closures. There are several this month. The first one is E.T. So E.T. is going down from May 6th through the 15th, just for like a general refurbishment. One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish is currently closed and it will be reopening on May 24th. The Hogwarts Castle Light Show is still closed with no returning date. Pteranodon Flyers went down a couple days ago and it has been closed since. And it is listed as a temporary closure on Universal's website, but there's no reopening date. So we're not sure when that could be. It could be before this video comes out, or it could be closed for all of May. So that's one to keep an eye on. And then also Chez Alcatraz. So that bar is closed for refurbishment. That's back there by Bruce. So if you're wanting to get a drink or see your favorite bartenders, they have set up a temporary bar right next to it, so you can still go back there and get your drinks, but the actual bar itself is not in operation. A few other little odd and ends that are still important if you are headed to the parks this month. The first one is about the next Orlando Informer meetup. No, there is not one in May, but there is one in the very beginning of June. And if you are thinking about purchasing tickets to that meetup, you should go ahead and do that now, because typically as we get closer to the meetups, they tend to increase their prices, and also there's always a chance that they sell out. So if you're thinking about doing that, now is the perfect time to grab your tickets. If you are a pass holder, there's also some pass holder appreciation days this month. So from May 1st through the 24th, you can get some extra benefits like some discounts on food and VIP tours. There's of course some pass holder exclusive food items both in the parks and in City Walk. You can see the full list of stuff on their website, but what we are the most excited about is the pass holder button this month. It is so amazing. It is so cute. We've been super excited since Universal released the pictures of it, and you can bet that we will be here on May 1st to get our button before they run out of those. All right, friends, you should be ready for your trip in May. If you would like to sign up for that email list like I mentioned earlier, you can do that with the link in the description down below. And you should also check out this video right here because YouTube thinks that you're gonna like it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.